The same thing I mentioned with the Antec P20 white case. If you follow the Computex videos that I published and the Antec's boot coverage, well, basically the suit coverage, because they had it in Grand Hyatt Hotel, they also presented their new accessories. So let's start with this one. We have the Antec Dagger GPU holder, which comes in variety of colors, and basically I think this one is black, okay, so we have this one in black. It's more sort of a, I would say, a grayish design or anthracite when we're talking about the color scheme. It has addressable RGB, so you have a connection here to connect addressable RGB, and you have a splitter as well. So it kind of does help you. You don't have to think of an additional addressable RGB port on your motherboard, but it comes in white, it comes in this anthracite color, well, basically black, and you have both versions with RGB and without RGB, so you can basically choose whatever you wish. The cool thing is that you have a thumb screw right here, so you can adjust the height, actually the height of this holder, and the length as well. So this is really cool and practical. You have 5 holes right here, so you can adjust them perfectly to your PCI slots on the side of the case, which give you an option to adjust it and mount it properly with 2 screws, which will give the additional stability. And it looks quite nice. I would say in some terms of performance, 1FT, it really does resemble to it a bit, even though you might consider this a bit funny when we're talking about that. But I do have to mention what I think when we're talking about resemblance. And right here we have something really cool, which I honestly didn't expect from Antec. These are their cable extension sleeved cables, which it actually says Antec Mod. I think they had these before, not in these colors or anything similar to that, but I think they did have these, so let's check them out. We have the 24 pin, okay. We have, this is EPS 1. Do we have another EPS? Let's see, this is PCI 8 pin. Basically 6 plus 2. We have 2 PCI 8 pins, and we have 2 6 pins for your GPU, which is quite okay. I would only suggest if they placed another EPS. That would be alright. Even though all motherboards can be powered on with 1 EPS, and you don't need both 8 pins unless you really do some extreme overclocking. But regardless of that, I think they thought of these extension cables as a more affordable approach when we're talking about going in the budget range extension cables that you'll only use up to 2 8 pins or 8 pin and plus 6 pin for your GPU and stuff like that. Well, actually I have a GPU that will fit perfectly for that, so we're gonna do that as well. The cables, to be honest, are a bit sturdier than I'm used to, because usually I go with the softer ones. But when you place them as such, they stay in that position. So you can basically adjust them as you wish, as you can see. And to top it all up with the cables, you get cable coms, loads of smaller ones for your 6 pin and 8 pin cables, and of course we have 4 for the 24 pin. Now this you might already seen in my past video when we were talking about Antec P20 white case, but I'm going to show you once again and to give you some more close-ups and visuals about the Dagger GPU holder, and of course for their custom sleeved cables. Let's check it out. So what can I say about the Dagger and their cables, except I'm actually quite positively surprised. First of all, I didn't expect much about the cables because they were really stiff when I took them out of the box, but basically it kind of makes sense, because the stiffer the cables are, you get more, not flexibility, but options to put them in the exact position that you wish. So this is how it goes with 8 and 6 pin PCI cable, and even though it would be nice if there's a possibility to place them together, you could always modify the cable coms to be able to place them together, but then you're losing the 24 pin comb. So yeah, there's literally everything going on. So unfortunately they don't have additional 8 pin or 4+4 8 pin for your EPS, so I had to use only one, and that's okay, but still I would really appreciate if they added one more 8 pin EPS. Regardless what I stated, it's more on the budget version, so you guys that are gonna go with these cables, you're most likely be quite alright. Taking into consideration the color scheme, so what we have here is black, white, black and red, black, green, black and yellow, black, red, white, and black, gray, blue, white. You get 24 pin, 4+4 pin EPS, 2 PCI extension cables, 6 pin PCI 2 of those, and that's basically it. I actually took one that has the most colors, so this extension right here has 4 color schemes going on, 4 colors, and this is why I did this kind of theme, because it has gray and the dagger is grayish, as I said, anthracite or something like that, and then we have black, white going all throughout, and the light blue shining on the fans. So the cable combs are quite easy to place. You first have to place the first cable. You do have to think about the orientation of the pins for all the cables. It doesn't really matter, but do take that into consideration. And the 24 pin actually sticks quite nicely here when you're checking it out from the side, regardless of the hole on the case where it goes. The dagger is quite easy to mount. You just have to be very careful that the covers for the PCI lanes here, PCI slots, don't fall off. That's the only thing. You connect it with 3 screws, basically on first, third, and 5th hole on the dagger, and that's basically it. After that, you just have to adjust the part where it holds the GPU, connect the addressable RGB, and that'll be all. Now, I'm not showing you all the RGB madness in the case, because I prefer static color, as you already know, and you already noticed from my other videos. But I hope you get the point. I hope you manage to capture the dagger and how it looks and everything all together. So basically that's it. I'm quite satisfied. It really does do the job, even though this is A750, which actually doesn't need any support, and it stays fixed, maybe just a bit, but it can definitely hold, because the 3 screws here at the back really help with the support for the GPU, basically for the dagger, and then dagger gives the support for the GPU, but that's it. The cables are okay. The only thing that I'm missing is most likely one more EPS cable, and that will be perfect. Okay, it's a bit strange since we don't have 12 VHP WR, but as I stated, this is more on the budget version, I would say. So yeah, guys, you'll be seeing soon more of the Antec accessories, so don't forget to check these ones out in the description below, and of course don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and notification bell just to check out those future Antec accessories. That it will be quite nice to have them in your build if you want to go with a vertical GPU, additional GPU anti-sag brackets and stuff like that. So finally, thank you for watching, and guys, see you very soon. Bye bye.